you guys, and welcome to my channel. If you are a person that's not used to standing up for yourself, perhaps you're a little timid, perhaps you haven't been giving yourself a voice, perhaps you've been passive aggressive in life, you are going to be more prone to either not speaking up for yourself at all or repeating yourself when you do speak up, and usually speaking up without authority, and therefore not being taken serious by other people, therefore not having your needs met, therefore often leading to you getting the shorter end of the stick, therefore, being in situations where other people are dominating over you, and therefore, even more importantly, like feeling like you're putting a lot of energy into trying to be heard, trying to be understood by someone that is giving you resistance, not changing, not respecting. Okay, so yeah, red alert, red alert. Let's see if they hit that panic. Okay, there we go. So when this is happening, is there something else that you could be doing instead of repeating yourself as if they were deaf and didn't hear you the first 10 times? Yes, there is something else that you can be doing, you guys, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. What you can be doing instead is seeing that they're not listening, seeing and accepting this. See, once we step into full acceptance that this person isn't making it a priority, this person doesn't value the connection with me, my feelings, my standards, my boundaries enough to, oblige me, or, they're not in agreement with me. We're not on the same page with this. It could be all of those types of things. But rather than going to an adult for the umpteenth time, till you're dry in the throat, blue in the face, and trying to express this to them, we could step into full acceptance of it. And then we can decide to make our actions based off of that. So what shift do I need to make, considering I'm in full acceptance that this person is not taking this serious, or is choosing, either they're choosing not to or they can't do it. Either way, it's not happening. So what shift do I need to do besides being on a hamster wheel, repeating myself? All right. So once we're acknowledging it and making the shift, then we have some decisions to make at that point. Is that relationship on the throne to us? Is that person on a throne for some reason in our lives that we have to still keep them around and still repeat ourselves, while they still, disrespect, turn a blind eye to, in one ear, out the other ear. All right. So the thing that you guys can do is actually just accept the fact that they're not listening, they're not responding, they're not shifting, they're not respecting. And then we need to make a shift. We don't need to then do the same thing, because what do they say? Not crazy, but it's another word. Basically, I'm just going to say it like this until that word pops in my mind. Like, crazy making is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. I know there's another way to say that, but right now the word just kind of escapes me. But someone will tell me down in the comments, I'm pretty sure. And then when I'm done with the video, it'll be like, "Ooh, right into my head. You know, it's how these things work sometimes. But crazy making is an appropriate word that we can plug in here, since I can't think of the other word. But yeah, you're doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And, you know, it hasn't been working. So we have to change our approach at that point. And then oftentimes that means not having an approach at all. That means removing ourselves out of the equation, actually. Okay, but we can't have issues with endings. We can't have issues in distancing ourselves. All right, and we have to be able to love ourselves and creating that shield that is for our own protection. You know, that says that people aren't allowed to run over my boundaries and standards that I command and not demand. You know, it puts you in a huge resistance when you keep approaching a situation that's denying you, that's turning you down. And if anything, you should have learned in narcissistic abuse is you don't want to go against the truth and reality. Okay, you don't want to go against and chase things that aren't for your good, because, you know, that just led to more offenses. You know, the person stayed in their energy, right? And they continue to treat you as a non-factor or a low priority. They continue to subject you to their wishes, and there was no compromise. There was no reciprocation there. Okay, so it's not going to just fall out of the sky with that toxic person or organization. You know, so get into a space where you command things and not demand. Like, it should be a huge turnoff if you have to demand. You know, I know legally, and there's instances where, you know, we'll go in to the court and we're demanding to have this and that, you know, but I'm talking about more so in interpersonal relationships and dealings and such. It should be a huge turnoff if you have to demand it. It should be a huge turnoff if I have to tell you something that should be common sense, or if I tell you something that should be basic emotional maturity understanding. All right, so those things should be turning you off at this point. It shouldn't be triggering you to turn harder because you have issues with needing to be accepted and wanted, you know, because you're not accepted and wanted by yourself first and foremost. That's what that is. So, you know, when we're filling our voids, we're strong in ourselves, appropriate self-confidence, self-esteem, self-worth, self-value. You know, we're able to not have to push against these type of things. We're able to just go into acceptance. We're able to detach from it and not take it personally against my self-worth and value because they weren't a respectable person, you know? So I hope that this video is helping someone that has an issue of, oh, I've told them for the 20th time, for the 100th time. I've told them over and over and they still won't. All right, it's time for you to do something different. All right, and keep a video like this in your back pocket because this is increasing your emotional maturity. And if you are just really stuck in this cycle and you feel like you need more than a YouTube video, I do offer one-on-one coaching, and I help people break these toxic patterns, mindsets, and mentalities. Okay, you have to begin to intercept yourself so that you can get different results. All right, and sometimes that means we have to step it up and get professional help. All right, so you can visit my website lakiacrawford.com and schedule your appointment if you need help with this. I am a general life coach, so I help with a wide variety of things. So if there's other issues that you find that you have in your life that you like to address, we can work on those things as well. All right, if you want an appointment time that's not listed there, just email CoachLakia@gmail.com, and that information is below in the description, and we can work that out. I've dealt with people from all different kinds of countries, 12-hour time difference, like, you know, been there, done that. So I'm sure, you know, I'm pretty accommodating, and we'll figure it out. All right. And with all of that being said, you know, let's respect our time and our effort and our energy, and allow that other person to be an adult. You know, stop babying them, stop coddling them, stop treating them like children. You know, it's not your responsibility to have to break everything down into the most common denominator and then repeat yourself over and over and over. If they're coming to you to have a mature adult relationship, they're supposed to come with certain kind of understanding, and you certainly shouldn't have to keep repeating yourself. All right. And even if they didn't understand something and you told them and broke it down to them that one time, that should have been sufficient. It shouldn't be this cycle of over and over and over patterns here, because this is someone that's constantly disregarding you and disrespecting you, and that's what you need to see. So instead of repeating yourself, let's step out of resistance and just acknowledge and see and get into acceptance of what's going on, you guys, and then make the appropriate reaction, out of self-love, out of self-value, and out of that protective shield that you have for yourself. All right. So I hope this video is helping someone. Go ahead and hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe. Over 650 videos here to help you increase your emotional maturity, understand psychology and toxic relationships, including the ones that we have with ourselves. All right. My channel is about empowering and just giving you a lot of tips and tools and clarity and closure and just understanding. All right. So take what you can to help you on your journey. I do have 2 support groups, and those are down in the description, a public one and a private. Join them both, join one or the other, join none. But hey, it's a resource there for survivors of narcissistic abuse. While you're on my website, you can see the therapeutic books that I've written. If you order them from my website, you can get signed copies, but they are also available on Amazon.com and Barnes & Noble. You can get the ebook or the hard copy. All right. You see the Teespring merch down there. Support the channel and have fun making your statement against narcissistic abuse, along with the Narc Zone merchandise that I have on my website. I have a Patreon, guys. It's a monthly support to the work that I do here on the channel. Thank you to all my current Patreons. They make videos like this happen for you guys. So if you want to step up your support for the channel beyond just an occasional like or a comment, and hopefully you're liking all the videos, because it pushes the content out into YouTube world, and channels like this definitely need to be promoted, But the Patreon, it's a great way, a monthly support of the work that I do, and you get some really cool perks back for doing that. All right. So go check the different membership tiers out and see how that can work for both of us, not just me, both of us. All right. So with that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in. And what do I say at the end of all of my videos? Never give up on yourself. Continue to do the work. And until next time, take care and learn to say less. Say less. All right, guys.